Friend, Shabbat Shalom to everyone. It's nice seeing everyone here. Behind my chair in my office, I've hung one of my diplomas, and I've been going to school forever. But it's the diploma that I'm most proud of, I think. It is a diploma from the Hebrew Union College, Jewish Institute of Religion, and it's when I got a doctoral degree in pastoral counseling in 2009. Any clergy person can never have enough training when it comes to this dimension of their work. People come to us with all kinds of issues, hoping that a clergy person can assist them. If I was to make a spreadsheet of all these encounters, family strife would be the one topic which would be most prominent. No one asked me about investing in the stock market, trust me. Marital conflict, sibling conflict, parent-child conflict, being a step-parent and the resentment that can create, or issues relating to bar mitzvah planning, or wedding preparation, or funerals, families fight, all kinds of anger and dysfunctionality, hurts and slights that have never been resolved. And although most of my training was clinical, in other words, we studied clinical stuff, sometimes in the study of biblical stories, you can develop strategies relating to family issues. Now, the Joseph narrative that we're coming to the end of at the end of the book of Genesis is all about family conflict. In his youth, Joseph's arrogance promotes his brother's hatred of him, and they're conspiring against him and leaving him dead in a pit. I would say that that's family conflict, wouldn't you? The brothers lied to their father Jacob about Joseph's fate. Jacob thinks that Joseph, his son, is dead. In Egypt, in the course of 22 years, Joseph never reaches out to his father. What's that about? Then there is the reunion of Joseph and his brothers. And Joseph is conflicted about whether he wants to re-engage with them. A final reconciliation happens when Joseph reveals his identity, and he realizes that the price that he's paid for the years of separation, and this reunion of Jacob and Joseph occurs, and Joseph brings Jacob and Jacob's sons to Egypt to live in Goshen. And even though Joseph reiterates to his brothers that it's time to move on, he says all that has happened was for the best, even the hidden hand of God. A question still remains. Has the reconciliation really happened, or was it all showbiz? And it becomes clarified in the final exchange between Joseph and his brothers. And let me share it with you. Here's the scene. Jacob is dead. And we know that Jacob has told his sons he expects to be buried in the land of Israel. So the family has just returned to Egypt after burying Jacob in the cave of Machpelah, where the other patriarchs and matriarchs are buried. And Joseph's brothers are terrified. They're not certain that things are okay between Joseph and them. Now that Jacob is dead, what will Joseph really do? Will he take revenge for what they did to him years ago? And the Torah tells us what's going on in their minds. It's kind of unusual. This is what the Torah tells us about what's going on in their heads. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "What if Joseph still bears a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrong that we did him?" That's what's going on in their brains. I guess they're a little bit uncertain. Joseph has been so nice to them. How nice really is he? And what does he do? Joseph has been extraordinarily generous and gracious to his brothers. Pharaoh has treated the family with tremendous reverence and respect. Regardless, the Torah then relates what the brothers did to prevent such fear of revenge. They fabricate a story. This is a story that they tell. So they sent this message to Joseph. Before his death, your father left this instruction. So shall you say to Joseph, forgive, I urge you, the offense and guilt of your brothers who treated you so harshly. Therefore, please forgive the offense of the servants of God of your father. And Joseph was in tears as they spoke to him. Now, Joseph is magnanimous. He states, it all worked out in the end, many people were saved. But rabbinic tradition derives something from this. And one of my teachers, Rabbi Ismar Shorsh, who was the chancellor of the Jewish Theological Seminary, went to rabbinical school, offers this commentary. This is what he says. He says, according to Rabbi Elazar, the son of Rabbi Shimon, the behavior of the brothers establishes the principle that the value of peace takes precedence over the value of truth. The value of peace takes precedence over the value of truth. In their anxiety, the brothers fabricated the whole episode to protect the fragility of a restored peace. What strikes me about Rabbi Elazar's hierarchy of values is just how much truth he is prepared to sacrifice for the sake of peace. Where's up this idea that, telling the truth is what's important? It's not as important as peace. And Rabbi Shorsh goes on to say, the brothers would have Joseph believe that they had somewhere along the line informed their father of their crimes and that he had reacted with a plea to Joseph for compassion. But the falsehood is of little consequence. Rabbi Elazar embodies the conviction of the pragmatist for whom no ideological commitment can override the ultimate value of peace. So let's get real in this world. What's better, truth or peace? Rabbis are saying, undoubtedly, peace. And Rabbi Elazar is not the only voice for this in Jewish tradition. Let me give you two really interesting examples from the Talmud. Aaron was the brother of Moses, and we know that he was the high priest of ancient Israel. But one of the labels that he's associated with in the ethics of the fathers is that he was a peacemaker. So this is what the rabbinic tradition tells us about Aaron. When he would hear about a couple fighting, he would come along and tell the wife, your husband is very sorry that he insulted you. He loved you very much. And Aaron would then go to the husband and tell that his wife loves him very much and regretted what she had done to him. He would make up something to bring reconciliation. That's how Aaron would reunite families. He's the high priest of ancient Israel. He's the pursuer of peace, and he lies. He aggressively lies to make peace. Now, this one is even cuter. In the Talmud, scholars from the schools of Hillel and Shammai disagree about everything. We know about this. But there's a famous story. They debated what words one should sing when dancing in front of a bride at her wedding. No, okay. The rabbis from Hillel's school advised dancers to chant the same words in front of every bride. What a beautiful and graceful bride. The rabbis from the school of Shammai point out that this could be dishonest. If she's lame or blind, are you really going to say to her, what a beautiful and graceful bride? You can't make this up, can you? Shammai scholars take a hard line against lying. Rather, they suggest each bride should be described as she is. In fact, there's a song that you sing about this, a wedding song, but that's another topic. So what's more important, telling the truth or making others feel good? Jewish law favors Hillel. We bend the truth and call even the ugliest bride a beauty. Some situations call for a pretty lie rather than an ugly truth. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai declares that all God's blessings are subsumed under peace. And we know we should always be mindful of the directive in the Psalms, seek peace and pursue it. That is, seek to achieve it at home and pursue it abroad. The pursuit of peace has really no limit. So let me end with this anonymous prayer that is shared on International Peace Day. I don't know, it's anonymous. On this day, mend a quarrel, search out a forgotten friend, dismiss suspicion and replace it with trust, write a love letter, share some treasures, give a soft answer, encourage youth, manifest your loyalty in a word or deed, keep a promise, find the time, forgo a grudge, forgive an enemy, listen, apologize if you were wrong. Try to understand, flout envy, examine your demands on others, think first of someone else, appreciate, be kind, be gentle, laugh a little more, deserve confidence, take up arms against malice, decry complacency, express your gratitude, worship your God, gladden your heart of a child, take pleasure in the beauty and wonder of the earth, speak your love, speak it again, speak it still again, and speak it once again. Now, I don't know what we're going to do in this new year. There's no predictions. But it seems to me that this idea that peace is the highest value, it seems like a pretty good motto for this coming year. Because I don't need to tell you, there isn't a lot of peace in this world. There isn't, okay, started with families, and that's the reality. There isn't peace in our country. There certainly isn't peace in Israel. There certainly isn't peace in the world. I think this should be our goal this year, in this coming year, that peace is more important even than the truth. Shabbat shalom.